Welcome to part 21 of Let's Play Metal Gear Solid on the Sony PlayStation. Let's continue the game. Okay, so we're about to climb the first communications tower. I also want to show you what happens if we don't pick the rope up. It almost certainly means I'll have to go back for it, but I just need to know. I'll also show you that the stealth camouflage doesn't work, so that's interesting. Also, I think I forgot to pick the body armor up. That's convenient because that means I'll show you that it does appear in the blast furnace, I think, if you don't pick it up earlier. So if you don't pick it up in the gas place with the electronic floor or whatever, it should appear in the blast furnace. If it does not appear in the blast furnace, I'll just have to go all the way back for it, which means I will use the truck and the cardboard boxes and what have you. But it'll make the... until I pick it up, that is, it'll make the game harder not having it because I won't have the body armor. So that's that. But at least it allows me to show you that it does turn up, I think, or rather I hope. Anyway, so I'm not going to pick the rope up because I want to see what happens if we don't get it. Make sure you have your stun grenades, obviously. Okay, get the stealth out. This won't take long. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, it doesn't do anything. So this is a scripted thing, so it's like a boss fight, and the stealth camouflage doesn't work in boss fights. So there's nothing you can do, really. The stealth camouflage doesn't work in boss fights or here. So we have to use the stun grenades here, unfortunately. I don't know why the stun grenades don't affect you, they only affect the enemies. That's confusing. Okay, there's that door that doesn't open. That's a way back. Whoops. Yeah, that's a way back if you... rather, but you have to do it from the other way round. You have to... oh, whoops. You have to see for the door, and then you can open it from the other way around, but you can't get there yet. Oh, I hate it when they do that. And again. If you can manipulate the AIs, that there's always an enemy or two chasing you, they're less likely to appear in front of you, but that's sort of tricky to do because there's only a certain number of enemies that can be spawned at any one time. So if you can manipulate it so that there's always an enemy or two chasing you, they're less likely to appear in front of you and do that annoying thing where they whack you with their gun. And yeah, like that, which as you can probably tell is extremely irritating. Oh. Come on, you git. And again, done it again. And you got me, yep. They're powerless to stop me climbing a ladder. He's climbing a ladder, what can we do? There's nothing we can do to stop him. So, he makes his escape. Anyway. Okay, so what happens if we don't have the rope? This I have to see. Does it appear here, or do we have to go all the way back? Okay, Campbell, tell me. Okay, I'm going to have to go back for the rope. I have no choice. It was worth it. I regret nothing. I regret nothing. It was worth it. Anyway, so we do have to go all the way back for the rope, so... yeah. I will say again, it was worth it. At least we can do this now without those annoying enemies. So, again, the ladder was their worst enemy. He climbed up a ladder. What can we do? Let's just give up. So all is back to normal, and they assume that he's disappeared off the face of the planet. At least we get to do this in peace and quiet now. But yeah, that is a scripted sort of quote-unquote boss fight, and that means the stealth camouflage doesn't work. However, the bandana will work always, so you have infinite ammo. But again, I've never really needed the bandana because you don't really need much ammo in this game anyway. I mean, you barely use the guns. I mean, that's one of the few times in the game I actually use the stun grenades. In fact, it's the only time I use the stun grenades. They're completely useless any other time because they don't turn the alert off. All they do is give you enough time to escape and hide somewhere, so the alert goes off on its own. And the FAMAS, you only use that against the Psycho Mantis, maybe, if you need to. And you can use it against those lift fights with the enemies, that's it. The Nikita missiles, we only use that against that one electrical bit, and maybe if you want Vulcan Raven, but the Stingers are better. And you can use it against Sniper Wolf, but it's sort of a cheat way, but I will be doing that, of course. The chaff grenades only if you want to get past a camera, and you can use it against the tank if you want, and against the ninja, but it's not really that useful. Yeah, that's it really. And the grenades, we know we only use the grenades once in the whole game. You know, against the tank, that's it. There is no other use for them. Because even if you use one against an enemy, it'll set the alert off. And we all know we don't want to do that. Oh, there's a ration there, I didn't realise. Or rather, I meant to say that before I used a ration, but I was about to say, yeah, there's a ration there I've just discovered, right? Or rather, I almost certainly did know about it, I must have forgotten. Hey, where's that camera gone? Look at that, look. That camera that spotted me, now it's disappeared. The only explanation for that is, when they went past, they must have uninstalled it and thought, no, we have him now, we don't need the camera anymore. Let's take time to uninstall the camera perfectly so that it looks like it was never there. And then, you know, let's carry on chasing him. That must have been what happened. Because it's not there anymore. Anyway, so that's what happens if you don't pick up the rope. You just have to go all the way back for it. If you did miss the rope, not on purpose like me, I don't know why you'd do that. I mean, it's fairly obvious it's there. The only reason you wouldn't pick it up is if you missed it on purpose like me, or you were running so fast and mistook it for something because the enemies were chasing you. That's the only legitimate reason of not picking up the rope, unless you just want to experiment and be silly because you're bored like me. Anyway, so that's what happens if we don't pick up the rope. Just going all the way back. Yeah, so the Hind is now going to be harder because we don't have the body armor, but I do want to show you that the body armor does appear in the blast furnace bit. If it's not there because I dreamt it's appearing in the blast furnace for some reason, and I'm completely wrong, then it must be in the it's going to be where it originally is, in the gas place with electric floor. So I'll have to go all the way back for it, but I will use the whatchamacarcus, the cardboard boxes and the trucks for that. Yeah, whatchamacarcus. There's an episode of a later episode of The Simpsons, like season 15 or something, one of the rubbish seasons. One of the few funny jokes in there is when Krusty the Clown set a Krusty Burger. They use non-diseased meat from diseased animals, and Krusty calls it whatchamacarcus. Or Kent Brockman calls it whatchamacarcus. That's the only funny bit in the whole episode. Can't remember which episode it is now, because I prefer to forget later episodes, even if they do have a half-decent joke like that in it. I pretend they don't exist because they're so awful. Anything after series 12, I think, even though series 11 and 12 aren't, there's some really bad episodes in that. Anything after series 12, I I pretend doesn't exist. Yeah, but there are still some mildly funny episodes in Series 11 and 12. Series 10 for me is the last decent series, although that still has 1 or 2 bad episodes in it, but Series 10 is when it is the last decent series for me. Anyway, enough of that. Right, let's use the rope. There we go. So you just have to equip it, and you don't even have to press circle, it manually does it, or manually, automatically does it. But you have to have it, obviously. So make sure you get it. It always annoyed me when I was younger because I like to have a full inventory set, and you can't keep the rope after you use it. You know, after you use the rope, it doesn't appear in your inventory anymore, which was always annoying. I always wanted a nice complete inventory with every item. And the bomb as well, I always wanted to keep the bomb. You know, sort of deactivate it, but still have it in the inventory. You know, but you can't do it, because once you get rid of it, it's gone. At least with the cold medicine, if you don't get a cold because you rather you survive the torture, at least you can keep the cold medicine in your inventory. I like that. You know, but annoyingly you can't do that with the rope or the or the bomb. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, that's about as exciting as that gets. Anyway, so now if we want to go back, even though we wouldn't want to now because we have the rope, we can, yeah, we can use the C4 on here. There is some C4 around if you want to use some. To find out about that, you just have to call Otacon and he will tell you from the other side or this side or whatever that you just need to use a C4. And instead of actually blowing the whole door open, it just sort of perfectly melts the ice around it, so it's still the mechanism still works, which is not realistic at all. Anyway, there's some C4 if you want to do that. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to use the PSG-1. You got a PSG-1. If you want to, you can also use the Nikita. I'll see if I can use that. Yes, you know, just stand there while a missile is coming right for you. I mean, how stupid can you get? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a remote-controlled missile coming straight for us. Let's just stand there like idiots while it explodes us. Next generation special forces, everyone. The best of the best. Complete and utter nincompoops. Look at it. I'm not even aiming for the missile, they're aiming for me. Idiots. Anyway, that's that. So, if you need to go back, you can go via that that door that we just blew up. Ha 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 ha. Even though there's a massive helicopter making tons of noise, we can still hear your laugh. There's the old Stinger missile launcher. That's our best friend for the rest of the game now. But now, of course, yes, we have to do the Hind fight. Oh, joy. Oh. Oh, no, we don't do that yet. We have to do this business first, don't we? We have to see that we can't go all the way down. And then we have to go all the way up. And so on and so forth. Speaking of that, I better get the chaff grenades out now. I'm using my chaff. Use your chaff. Someone should definitely put that on a t-shirt, you know. Picture of Nastasia saying, use your chaff. Anyway, rather than just jump down, you can't just jump down, no. You have to go all the way up and use the lift. Seriously, just jump down. You've just repelled a big building with a rope while being shot at by a helicopter and being scalded by whatever that was, steam. Just jump down. No, we have to go all the way back up and use the lift. Some hero can't even jump about 15 feet. Speaking of jumping or falling 15 feet, at the end of Stephen King's It, the character Eddie dies by falling about 10 feet. which still doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so we got Otacon now, and we have to listen to his sob story about how he's in love with, you know, Sniper Wolf or whatever. Speaking of her, I mean, I forgot to mention, you know, during the second fight, you know, when she's on the codec, which doesn't make any sense because she's using Otacon's codec, so why is her face on it? She says something, it's a bullet, my dear, it's a love letter to your heart or something. What a psychotic bitch. I'm sending you a love letter, it's a bullet to your heart. Lovely, a bullet straight from my gun to your heart. What a psycho, I mean seriously. And we're supposed to like listen to her sob story about being a Kurd, even though she's blonde and sounds Russian and looks Russian. You know, after she just said some psychotic stuff like that about sending a love letter which is shooting me in the heart. Horrible. Oh, boo-hoo, you had to live life as a Kurd or something, so you had to be pick up a gun. Boo-hoo. It doesn't mean you have to talk about, you know, shooting, you know, murdering people, you know, and pretending it's like a love letter, which is extremely disgusting and psychotic. You know, good riddance. Doing the world a favour by getting rid of you. Evil. Anyway. I just can't get over that. She doesn't look in the remotest bit Kurdish. She looks... Yeah, she sounds Russian, she looks Russian, she has blonde hair. She is not a Kurd. Maybe the designers of the game accidentally thought Kurdistan was like one of those autonomous republics in Russia, like Dagestan or Chechnya or Tatarstan or something, not a place in northern Iraq. So maybe they thought Kurdistan was part of Russia or something. If so, they're very ignorant. Oops, that one there. There we go. I mean, even the stealth isn't that useful in the later parts of the game because there aren't many guards anymore. And I've already said the bandana is more or less useless. It's just a gimmick. As I said before, the bandana should have been the wooden spoon secret item for not surviving the torture, because the stealth is better. That should have been the reward for surviving the torture. I mean, it seems like they got it the wrong way round. You know, the stealth is better, so it should be the reward for surviving the torture. You know, why is he saying the snake's finally got out of its hole or something? His name is Liquid Snake. So he's a snake as well. So by making fun of snakes, he's making fun of himself. And also, and there's another thing that I don't get. Remember when you first meet Meryl and she goes, Liquid? Like that. Right. That implies that they were calling him Liquid before they knew anything about, you know, normal solid snake in the first place. So if they were already calling him Liquid before they knew there was another person called Snake, why were they calling him Liquid when all the other Foxhound members are called by their animal name, not by the first name? For example, they call Vulcan Raven Raven and not Vulcan, and they call Decoy Octopus, they call him Octopus and not Decoy, for example. Although admittedly they do, or rather Revolver Ocelot does say, I'm going to show you why they call me Revolver, but at any other time they call him Ocelot. So nearly all the time they call Foxhound members by their second name, which is the animal part of their code name. So why did Meryl, which implies the others are referring to Liquid's snake as Liquid when they didn't know there was another person called Snake? So that's an inconsistency in the plot, and it doesn't make any sense. They should have been calling him Snake as well, because they didn't know there was a solid snake, did they? Ha! Riddle me that. Anyway, that's that explained. So that's another plot inconsistency. I know that is a real autistic level of, sort of, what's the phrase? Sort of poking holes sort of thing, really sort of particular and being really autistic about it, but that's just what I'm like, you know. It's a plot inconsistency and it's never made sense to me, ever. They shouldn't be calling him Liquid. They should only call him Liquid after they know there's another person with a similar code name. Anyway, where is the stupid thing? There it is, right. Where is he? Oh, he's doing that thing. There he is. Shots. Blimey, that was good. It's really annoying when he does that thing where he goes, you know, down a bit, because it just wastes time. You have to wait for him to come up, and it's just hurry up. I mean, the only way you can hear his... The only way, theoretically, that one could actually hear his voice is if he's actually using, like, some sort of loudspeaker or a radio, which, of course, means that every time he gets hit, he must have to press a button and go, grrr, and then unpress it again. You know, as if he wants everyone to know that he's annoyed from being hit by a missile. It's the only logical way that you could actually, you know, that you could hear him. Stop doing that. I mean, that's what I meant. The autistic attention to detail and stuff. That's what I meant. Ouchie. Yeah, again, as long as you get the lock, you can sort of shoot outside, you know, make sure it gets past the building bit, and then it will hit him, maybe. So, you know, as long as you get that lock. That's the same nice shot that he says when you're fighting him one-on-one, head-to-head. Oh, he's doing that thing. Doesn't he sort of put it over there or something? Yeah. Yeah, so have your rations equipped, and he'll use them automatically, which is quite handy. Nope. He's doing that annoying thing where he goes up, where he goes down. So that means the rest of the fight will take twice as long, because we have to wait for him to do this nonsense. I've tried getting him when he does that by doing that, but it never seems to work. You have to wait for him to come back up. At least I do, anyway. And then down he goes again. Oh no. There we go. There are some more missiles up here or something that you can get if you need them. Yeah, there they are. I think some more appear if you do run out, but you have to run out before they appear, like in the Revolver Ocelot fight. Are you coming up? Coming up. There we are. That was close, and then he hit the corner there. Like he's swooping down again. Oh, there he is. You may think you can get him, but I've never managed to. I mean, some people might, but I've never managed to get him when he's doing that annoying, you know, down below thing. Just have to wait for him. Where is he? There somewhere. No, yeah, no, he's over there. You coming up? Come on up. What? I just shot him. Ah, I missed my opportunity. I pressed square and it just didn't work for some reason. It's annoying. That was a clean shot. That was. It was a direct shot I had. Right, it's going down over here. Yeah, it's just always bothered me how they call him Liquid, because that's the first part of his name. No one uses that. It's like they always call him Ocelot, or the second part of his name. They never say the first part. And the less said about Solidus and all that nonsense, the better. I just can't get over that. It's just really shit. It's just calling him Solidus. It's just crud. It's just another thing that's annoying about that game. Just that on its own is why you could just quote that reason for why I don't like Metal Gear Solid 2. Just that name, Solidus, and that's enough to annoy me about it. I don't mind Raiden, I don't mind... I even don't mind EE, although she is ferociously irritating, but just the name Solidus is just enough to wind me up. Terrible, terrible game. At least the gameplay is more or less... At least the gameplay is sort of good. Mostly. Apart from Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 for that matter. I've never played 4. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, they just degenerate. The whole game degenerates into just shooting guards in the head with a tranquilizer gun. You end up just going around shooting guards in the head with a tranquilizer gun. That's all you do. The whole game degenerates into that, and that's why I think the remake of this on the GameCube or whatever, that's why that wasn't popular as well, because it's sort of shooting guards in the head with a tranquilizer gun and then dragging the body and all that rubbish just takes away from the gameplay that made this game at least playable. Not the plot obviously, but the gameplay very good. And indeed the Game Boy Color version, sneaking past guards, it just ruins that if you're shooting guards in the head with a tranquilizer gun constantly. And a tranquilizer wouldn't work that quickly anyway. And secondly, it's just awful. It's just going around shooting guards in the head with a tranquilizer gun. That's what the whole game is, pretty much. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. That's all you do. And it just really gets long in the tooth after a while. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, so that's that done. Right, so now we can get out of here. Thankfully, those missiles that the helicopter shot didn't affect the building, the door, or the ladder at all, so we can still safely get down. No, they just perfectly pinpointed the the other bits, but didn't affect the ladder or the electronic door whatsoever. So that's very handy, isn't it? We're gonna have to do this business again. You got a PSG-1. Okay. Now you can save Merle. That's what the whole game's about, just saving Merle. I mean, they might as well just rename the game, just Metal Gear Solid Merle, and just get on with it. I mean, that's what most of the game is about anyway. Metal Gear Solid Merle, can love bloom on the battlefield, or whatever. That's the tagline. Love blooming on the battlefield, quote-unquote TM trademark. The battlefield, like it's some sort of like ubiquitous thing. Everywhere you go, there's a battlefield. It's not even a field. It's lots of different places. It's not a battlefield. There's just loads of different places. This is a tower. It's not a battlefield. It's a battle tower, if anything. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Right. Anyway, I have to go all the way. Oh no, we've done this, haven't we? Yeah, we've done that. So now we're going to press the lift or whatever. No, we have to go all the way down again. Oh no, here it is. Whoops. We don't have to go down again. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid Merle, colon, can love bloom on the battlefield. That's what this game should have been called. Anyway, we need the FAMAS. Need the rations. Off we go.
Huh?
Again, why can't he just jump down at the bottom? Yeah, they're locked in with me, blah blah blah. They're in with you now!
Too late, Snake!
Too late, Snake, now die. Nope, put my gun away. Oh. Oh, wrong way. Nope, wrong way. Need some health. Where is it? Yep, need that. I like that, those sort of pain noises really rapidly. It's almost like a sort of drum sample. Use it in a song. Nope, missed out on the other bullet because the item disappears. Okay, that's that. Right, now we can... Okay, just so I can reiterate. I mean, look, that's how far he would have had to have jumped. Look at that, and tell me with a straight face that he couldn't jump that far. Come on, look at it. He had to go and fight a helicopter and put up with that lift malarkey, all because he couldn't jump. I mean, personally, I wouldn't jump it. I would just carefully lower myself down, but you get the idea. That is not far at all. You didn't need to go all the way to the roof and fight a helicopter. That's ridiculous. Let's get real here. Right. Okay, so now we're at the whatchamacarcus, the snowfield, where we get Sniper Wolf's psychotic speech about sending a bullet to your heart, and it's a love letter. But her sob story, boo-hoo. No, that excuses her psychosis, doesn't it? You know, homicidal psychosis. Oh, you little swine. It's a good job that they program the camera with different coloured lights, just in case they meet a chaff grenade and have to look all crazy. You know, when they're designing the camera in the factory, no, we can't just have a white light to show that it's on. No, we need to install multicoloured LEDs or light bulbs, just in case a chaff grenade is let off and we have to sort of make it go crazy. Because that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Oh dear. Why did I put my rations away?
Snake! Snake!
Please don't tell me I have to do that fight again. Good. Right. Sorry about that. Right, where was I? It was the game getting its revenge on me for calling out all the stupid plot holes and logical inconsistencies. Saying, ha ha ha, I get the last laugh because I've killed you. Ha 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 ha. Oh well, at least I can do it again. I mean, look at that distance. It's nothing. Even, you know, even a granny could get down there. Come on. I will just do this boss fight because I just want to do that and get the psychotic speech out of the way. Yeah, I don't care. There we go. No, don't move out the way when there's a gun trained on you. Just make the phone call now. No, she's not a good person. Listen to this. She's not a good person. She's laughing while, while fantasizing about murdering someone in cold blood. No, you're not a real wolf, love. You're a human whose name is Wolf, so you're not a wolf and you don't have any prey. It's not like you're a real wolf. You are trying to kill someone with a gun. No, they don't. We've been through that already. Love letter, my dear. It's a bullet straight from my gun to your heart. You unbelievable psychopath. You deserve to die, and I look forward to doing it. For the 100th time, probably. Right. And I'm going to do it while not honouring your abilities as a sharpshooter. I'm going to do it with missiles. Which is weird, because when you hit her, it doesn't sound like her voice. It sounds like someone else. Another good thing about the missiles is that you can see where she is, but you have to sort of climb up, like that. You have to be careful, because the missile will only climb in altitude if you sort of do it gently. If you go to a step, it will just crash into it. So you have to do it like that, see? Anyway, so, yeah, it's sort of just like the Stinger missile. It'll show where they are. And she's not programmed to go against a Nikita missile, so this is a really cheap way. It's slow, but you won't lose any health, and it's really easy. And she has no defense for it. None at all. Because not only, you see, are women naturally better soldiers, but she's also a member of a special forces group whose only skill is sharpshooting, and apparently she hasn't had any training against other possible ways that she could get killed. So she can't actually do anything about a missile that's slowly encroaching upon her, just like the other quote-unquote next generation special forces. Because theoretically she's the best member of this group, isn't she? Because women naturally make better soldiers, and she's the member of the special forces group, so she should be the best there is. And she can't even stop this. So that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? How does it know it's an enemy? I mean, what if you're accidentally shooting it against your best friend or something? And, what will it say in the first-person display mode then? Will it say, friend, do not aim for him? How does it know who's a friend and who's an enemy? Just because it's a target doesn't mean it's necessarily an enemy, does it? What if I shot it at Merle? In fact, I wish I'd actually attempted that now, actually. See if it says enemy for her. I should have tested it out, shouldn't I? I'll test it out during extreme mode. I'll see what happens. Whether the Nikita missile actually calls Merle an enemy or not. Merle, whose hair, when you see her in the game, is sort of curly a bit, yet on the codec conversation it has no curls in it at all. Maybe it's like an old photo or something. Oh no, it's not a photo, because her lips move, don't they? So that puts pay to that theory. Puts paid? I don't know, puts paid, there we go. I don't know. Who cares? Her legs are narrower than Yosemite Sam's legs. Just noticed that they're really narrow. It's like the sort of there's no meat on them at all. I mean, you'd think, being a member of an elite special forces unit, that she'd be, you know, quite fit and, dare I say, muscular. But no, she has matchstick legs. Anyway, that's that. That was fun, wasn't it? I think you can get her with the Stinger missiles as well, but I've never really tried. Theoretically, you can. Anyway, off we go. Let's hear the sob story. Yeah, you'll die like the proud wolf you are. Right, she's not a real wolf, and she's psychotic. She deserves to die. She threatened to kill you in a weird way, calling a bullet a love letter. That's not only murderous and homicidal, it's insane. She deserves to die. And she's also, if we haven't forgotten here, part of a special forces group who have gone rogue and who are trying to set off a nuclear weapon which will kill millions of people. So she's not a proud wolf, she is absolutely bonkers and homicidal, and she deserves the electric chair. I mean, Nikita missiles to her, or rather killing her with Nikita missiles is merciful, really. She deserves, you know, the electric chair, or at least being hanged. She is mad and insane and homicidal and evil. She doesn't deserve anything, apart from death, and a painful one at that. Anyway, let's get all the business here. Now, I did say I'd try not to moan too much about this game. I just can't help myself. It's just... I can't help myself. The whole plot of this game just annoys me. I just can't help it. It's just stupid plot. Ridiculous, pretentious morality. It just annoys me to no end. I just can't... I just can't do it. I have to moan about it. It's just too ridiculous. Where's the mine detector? Come here. There it is. Any mines? Yeah, this is the one with the mines. Also, another reason why she naturally makes a better soldier, and she's a member of a special forces group, she's hooked on drugs. That's another good thing, isn't it? Yeah. What a great role model for other soldiers. A drug addict. Wonderful. I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I'm trying to get the chaff grenades out or something, aren't I? Using my chaff. All these bullets they give us, and we never need them. I'm not looking at the silly parachute again. It just sets off a... It just sets off a phone call, which I can't be bothered to skip. Right. Oh, here's the cardboard box. Good. That's what I want. Ration. Let's use a ration. And then get the other one and go, and that's it. Good. Okay, so let's just go in the thing, and then we'll end the video. I think that's it for today. That's enough moaning for one day. Anyway, let's go in here. Alright, let's call Mei Ling and skip her whatever thingamy-bob.
In China, they
Don't
say
care. Right, let's save it over the third one. Oh, okay. Oh, whoops. No? Okay. Anyways, that's the end of that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my moans about the game, as always. I can't help it, I'm sorry. If you've seen the episode of The Simpsons where Sideshow Bob, well, of course you have, Sideshow Bob nearly marries, or rather marries Aunt Selma, and then they're watching MacGyver or something, and then Sideshow Bob says something like, he tries to put up with, he tries to watch MacGyver, and he goes, I just can't do it. Oh, that car chase or something. It's really funny. It's like that with me in this game. It's like I try to put up with it. I try to bite my tongue with the silly plot and the dialogue and the other rubbish. I just can't. It's just stupid. It's so stupid it actually annoys me and makes me angry. So I have to say something about it. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Hope you can join me for the next part, and goodbye.